The last one we got is the one that came through to save the box office, I guess, this summer. It's going to be Bad Boys Ride or Die. It's directed by Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah. And in this film, when they're late, police captain gets linked to drug cartels, wisecracking Miami cops. Mike Lowrey and Marcus Burnett embark on a dangerous mission to clear his name. And this stars Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, Jacob Scipio, Paola Nunez, Vanessa Hudgens, Joe Pantoliano, and Dennis Green in this film. And yeah, man, I had a blast watching this one, dude. Like, like for some reason, man, like I can't say these Bad Boys films are the best movies, but for the action genre, they're about as good as you could get, man. Most of the time, and I like the fact that they kind of have this 80s vibe where there's going to be some wacky stuff that doesn't make sense, but you go along with it because you're having a good time, man. And I think this is cool, just seeing the gang back together. Even like I said, Joe Pantoliano's in here, and he died in the last one. If you watch Bad Boys 3, and it's crazy because this movie has a Wakanda like ancestral plane scene with the police captain, and I'm just sitting in there as it's going down, and I'm just giggling like a schoolboy, man, because this thing has a lot of crazy moments like that, man. The stories can just kind of just whatever. It is what it is. It's ridiculous. Like and also it's kind of goofy because Pantoliano has left these breadcrumbs of recordings that he recorded before he died. That like how tropey can you get, man? It's just I love this, man. It's amazing, man.
It's up there with like Scream 3, Scream 2.
Yeah.
Scream 3.
Yeah, but for action movies, man, people, I love it, man. I had a good time. I think the action was great. Their chemistry is better than ever, man. Like it's tripping me out lately how I feel specifically in these last two films, Martin has become the more voice of reason, the one that's had this spiritual transformation in life. He's coping a lot better than Mike Lowrey now. You know, Mike he's having panic attacks now. He's stressed out from the job and PTSD, but you know, but Martin's like at peace, man. It's crazy, dude. It makes a fun dynamic, man. I love watching this thing. You know?
Yeah, I saw it Monday. And it surprised me because it was a packed house on a Monday afternoon. The ladies next to me, they were crushing on Will Smith's character's son in there. You know, it was an older lady. Every time he would show up on the screen, she'd be like, "He's so fine," and I was proud on that. But, you know, and I think it might have been like somebody around my age and their mother that was, you know, sitting not too far from me, but they were talking every now and then at the field. But at first I kind of got annoyed, but they were kind of fun. You know, they were kind of funny as some of the stuff they were saying. They were picking up on the film. It kind of made the screening for me, but yeah. Like I said, I had a lot of fun watching this. I like you said, Corey, it's not the best of films, but it's just one of those throwback, like, you know, like not Die Hard, Lethal Weapon / Rush Hour type films, Tango and Cash type stuff where, you know, it's two partners and they're just getting some everything. One of the things I did like in this, I don't know if you noticed that Michael Bay had a cameo in it.
I can't remember what his part was, but I did see him on the credits.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was Michael Bay. And what's funny about that is I'm the only person that noticed that in the theater. So I was cracking up at Michael Bay. I can't remember the director of the third one, but overall, I've been.
But speaking of Michael Bay, you can see the influence. Like, have you seen Ambulance?
No, not yet.
Dude, watch that movie, dude. It is what it is, but it's a great action film. Jake Gyllenhaal is killing it in there. But a lot of the cinematography that I was noticing here, man, the drone shots, man, they were flying drones in the building, stuff that you couldn't do before. They definitely lifted that from Ambulance, man. And this Michael Bay is definitely still on the producer side of this thing, so it makes sense that they would probably incorporate, you know, some of those shots, man, because some of this action in here is really, really great, man. And Reggie has his moment, man. When I saw this, man, we was going nuts, yo. We had the same reaction that Martin and Will had looking at the monitor, watching Reggie do his thing, and I was like, man, it would be so crazy. If they gave Reggie a spinoff, like a spinoff movie, show what happened to him in like Afghanistan or some shit, like man, that would be so amazing, man. Like Reggie stole the show, man. Like
that was badassery. But you had so many action sequences in this. We just didn't have a good car chase in it, but that's the only thing we were lacking in this. That is what they. I
don't know if they have room to put that in there. This running about a good 2 hours. But also I did like the return of the characters. I like the team that came back from part 3 of Vanessa Hudgens and another guy. That was cool to have them incorporated because they kind of go on a run a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to help clear their boss, and that's kind of interesting. So they're getting help along the way. But then I love when John Sally popped back up because that was one thing that bugged me about it at all. Yeah, I was like, "Where's John?" And I heard a funny story about that recently. I was watching an interview they had recently, and they said they saw they went to the premiere of the third one, and John Sally came up and he's like, "This is the last one that you guys are not going to have me in." Like so basically telling them like, "Yo, put me in your next movie or else." And it's great, man. Like I can't like this is one I would definitely, you know, because I feel like this is going to be running for a while since it did so well. Had a big opening weekend, one of the biggest openings domestically. I think they're over the 100 million mark, you know, first weekend. And the budget wasn't much more than that either, too, man. That's another testament. Like, I feel like with another kind of crew or production company or combination of actors, this thing blows up from like around 120 million to maybe a $200 million film. You know what I'm saying? Unnecessarily. It does what it has to do. It still looks good. The action still looks fresh. They put the money, you know, where they needed to put it. Maybe Martin and Will take a hit and just get back in money, you know what I'm saying, on the upfront salary, because they're producers on this too, and maybe that's what we're going to get to, because that's kind of been the discourse lately. I've seen people saying that Marvel did so well these last few years that studios got used to those kind of openings, you know, these billion-dollar films, and it's like, well, that was kind of a special thing. Like we're probably getting back to normal, and we're going to see more things possibly like this Bad Boy series hit and be successful.
It's always been a mix of films, and just because Marvel might look like they dominate, and they only had like 3 or 4 films a year, and you know, I wouldn't. Some of these films just didn't really need to cower down to, you know, and being held back, and you know, when Marvel's releasing things, I understand you probably give them a week. You know, I wouldn't open the same day as a Marvel film. That would be devastating. But you know, you have 52 weeks in a year. You just have to pick the right week.
And that's the thing too, because like someone, I mean, I ain't got no grandparents left alive, but if I did, I could imagine my grandma being more likely to go see Will and Martin than Iron Man and them.
Yeah,
you know,
it really did surprise me when I, you know, because I watched Watchers before this, and you know, this was like my second film, but it was a little bit of I wasn't the first person to be in the theater, so it caught me off guard, you know, because when I picked my seats that morning, you know, there was just 3 people in the theater, you know, on my assigned seats. I went in the theater, there was a crowd of people in there. I was like, what the hell's going on? You know, and
it wasn't. I think I got the first showing that day, so it wasn't super packed. But hold on, what day did I go? Did I go? I think I might have went actually. I think I went the first showing, and it was because I'm trying to remember. Like I don't think I went Thursday. I think I was doing something. Maybe I went Friday morning. But it was an early show, and it was maybe about 12 of us in there, but it was enough of us where it was a communal laugh. Like where I sat at, there was probably two people, a couple like up next to me and another dude behind me. And man, we was cracking up, bro. This thing, it was, you know what it felt like too, man? I didn't feel like none of the laughters were forced, man. It was such a good pacing. It was good, man. Like I had a good time with this, man. I like this a lot better than part 3, man. You know, to tell you the truth, like
I had to rewatch part 3. So far all these Bad Boys films, I liked all, you know, all 4 of them, but part 2 was off the hook. You know, especially when they go to
part 2 was crazy. I think they killed just as many innocent people than the bad guys in that one.
Yeah, they were jacking some stuff up in that, you know, in that one.
I think they had like 2 car chases in that one, or somebody said they fought the Haitians, they fought the Mexicans, they fought the Russians. This is great, man. I love this thing, man.
Just think about it, Corey. Like, people complain about Marvel and like Fast and Furious films, but we did have Bad Boys. They just stopped making like regular action films, you know, like Bad Boys stuff.
Yeah, so that's my thing too, man. Like going back around what I was saying earlier, like the action movies now that are coming out, I think they're a little too grounded. I like my action movies like this. Like as cool as Extraction is, Extraction ain't gonna have a ancestral plane scene. You know what I'm saying? Or Martin on the roof with his hospital gown. Like it doesn't. It's not that kind of goofy stuff, man. And I think you need
weapon throwback type stuff.
I think you need some of this kind of stuff, like just goofy, like Lethal Weapon 3. John McClane with that sign on his neck. Like, come on, man. Y'all gotta just go in and have some fun with it, man. And I think what this series symbolizes and the success of it, man, because all the films have been just great, and they've been profitable, and the fans love them, you know.
Yeah, Brockhammer better be up in his game, though, because you know he's the person that brought us this and damn Con Air. You know, that was
man. If they revisit Con Air, bro, with Bruckheimer behind it, come on, why not? Like, especially now with these Boeing planes, you can make some crazy scenarios. Some of those films, some of those action films were kind of ridiculous and stuff. The Rock, stuff like, you know, Bruckheimer brought that stuff to us, you know. Don't be cowering down to Marvel, you know, bring your shit, man. Lean into that wildness, man. And I think that's why people complain about that, but I think that's why Fast and Furious was winning at one point. Once they just threw reality out the window, it's like, man, we're going for fun. Like, let's just make this, let's have a good time. And then I think that was really successful for them, man. You know, I think their problem though, their budgets got too big. Yo, and it was like, hey, man.
I guess.
You got too much
rewatching
money.
Some of those things are still fun. Just I would have never thought Tyrese and Ludacris would ever be in a film together. And you know,
in space.
Yeah, in space.
Yeah, that's where we gotta go next, man. Like, even now when I think about this film, even the final scenery, that was cool as shit. An old Florida Gator Park. There was some cool stuff in there. And Martin was like, I can't die. And I'm just oh my god, this thing is good, man. I love this movie, man. I had a really good time with it.
I had too much fun watching it.
Yeah,
I feel like this is one of the rare cases that I didn't get up in the theater. I didn't see anybody get up in the theater the whole time, you know, of the show. That was good, man. And going back, Fall Guy, I love that film, but I kind of wish it would have made the numbers that this is making right now.